Hello, everybody. I'm Dale Canoyer. I'm here at the Grand Hall at Chateau with the Governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, with the Missouri Young Dems. Andy Beshear, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, and it's great to be in one of the locals of one of our strong unions.
Absolutely. I have a few questions for Andy Beshear. Mr. Beshear, what advice would you give to Democrats in red states looking to replicate the success that you've had as a two-term governor in Kentucky?
Well, I'd say three things. First, spend 80% of your time on things that impact 100% of people. It's the idea that when somebody wakes up in the morning, they're not thinking about the next campaign, they're thinking about their job and whether they make enough to support their family. They're thinking about their next doctor's appointment, the roads and bridges they drive each day, the school they drop their kids off at. They're thinking about whether they feel safe in their community. So we can re-earn the faith of the American people by spending 80% of our time on these things that lift up everybody, Democrat, Republican, or independent in any part of any of our states. The second thing we've got to do is get back to talking like real human beings. Make sure that we're talking to people and not at them, communicating in the same way we would with our friends. Let's make sure we use real language. We don't use terms like substance use disorder. We use terms with meaning like addiction. When you've lost somebody to addiction like I have, that word is mean. It's a killer. And when somebody overcomes it, they deserve the credit of defeating something like that. And the last piece is we've got to explain our why. Democrats are so good at the what. What's our policy? Point 2, sub point 3, bullet point 4. But we need to talk about our why. For me, it's my faith, and it helps me explain the decisions I make. So when I was running for re-election, and my legislature sent me the nastiest piece of anti-LGBTQ legislation that my state had ever seen, I vetoed it because it was the right thing to do. But in explaining my why, I talked about the fact that I believe that all children are children of God, and I didn't want people picking on those kids.
All right, thank you very much. And kind of going with the talking to people and explaining the why and getting down to earth with them, what advice would you give and what would you say to young people who feel disillusioned or disaffected with how politics currently is and who want to get involved and want to make a change but don't feel like there's any way to do so?
Well, get involved. If you don't like how something is today, you got to change it if you want something different tomorrow. One of the reasons that I love my job, even in a crazy world right now, is I feel like I get up and do something about it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to score a touchdown every day, but if I do what I can to move the ball down the field over and over and over, I know I'm doing my part. And it helps you feel like you got a little control over this chaotic world when you get out there and you just do something. Figure out a candidate that you support. On social media, number one, spend more time looking at positive than negative things. That'll impact the algorithm. But then like every single one of the candidates' posts so that more people see it. Talk about your why. What drives you and what you want to see. And also, don't think that you can't lead now. One of the phrases that I hate the most is young leader. You're just a leader. Your age shouldn't be a lesson, the things that are happening. And right now, across the country, we are seeing a greater demographic change and shift than I've ever seen in my lifetime. So leadership opportunities are coming to young Democrats faster than they ever have before. Grab them. You want the world to change it.
And the final question, Governor Beshear, is what is your vision for this country and how do you think we could get there?
Well, my vision for this country is that everyone has a true opportunity to succeed, that we restore the faith in the American dream. Right now, a lot of people feel like they're not going to be able to achieve to the level their parents did. It's harder to afford housing, that first home. It's harder to pay bills and get ahead. We need an America where people have faith, that if they work hard and play by the rules, they can achieve and build a better life. To do that, we've got to push partisanship and politics out of some very important areas. Creating jobs, our economy can't be political. Something good for the American people can't be viewed as a win for one party and a loss for another. And then to get there, we've got to lower the temperature. This us versus them can't continue. Our country can't boil at this level. We've got to recognize that, yes, I'm a proud Democrat, but I like a lot of Republicans too. They're my neighbors. I want them to do well, and I want their kids to do well. So my vision is a country that's healed, that we have our McCarthyism moment and are able to breathe out and come back together, and then we just work for the common good of everyone. We're going through some crazy times right now. our goal coming out of them has to be in a better place, to be better people, and then to build a better country for everyone.
All right. Thank you, Governor Beshear. It's been a great honor. Thank you for coming up to Missouri. I'm Dale Kennard with the Missouri Young Dems. Tune in next time.